what's up, family? Today we're outside cooking on the X-Fire Pro from RecTech, the world's hottest pellet grill, ladies and gentlemen. Super excited today. We're gonna show you 1 hour ribs, but I'm gonna show you a little bit different take on it. It's still Asian, but we're going more miso style with the flavor on this one. All right, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take off some of this fat, because that fat will not allow our meat to absorb this delicious flavor we're gonna put on it, right? So we're gonna take off some of that fat. We're also gonna take off this membrane right here, just with a paper towel. Couldn't be easier. Go ahead and start your timers now. This is gonna be the quickest that you've ever seen it. Woo, I was pretty close. I was pretty close right there. But if y'all weren't watching, it would have been the quickest ever, I promise. Okay. Always is. Oh yeah. All right, I got all of it there, okay? So any super gigantic excess fat, we're just gonna go ahead and remove. Got a couple of shiners on this bad boy to where you can actually see the bone from the back side. Yep. But these ribs, besides having shiners, are really, really good because they've got that intermuscular fat, the striations of fat inside of that meat, so it's gonna allow it to give it good flavor. So we're not gonna cook these ribs whole, we're gonna cook them individually. So what I like to do is I like to turn them over. Now, what I like to do is I like to kind of pull the rib and then cut closest to the next rib, okay? Now, the reason why I like to do that is because every bone has the same amount of meat on it. One of the gigantic bones don't have more meat on it than some of the smaller bones, okay? So I like to cut closest to the bone and really have the most amount of meat on one side of the bone. And this is over years and years and years of cooking these party ribs or 1 hour ribs or quick ribs, however you want to call it. This is years and years of knowledge of doing this, ladies and gentlemen, because I like to just take that bone side, just hold on to the bone side, just and we're done. We got a clean bone, right? Okay. Next step, I'm gonna take clean hands. Imagine that these are clean hands. And we're gonna put these bones in our bag. Now, zip top bags work just as good as this. This is my Vac Master bag. Okay, we're gonna put our marinade in that bad boy. We're gonna put our marinade in that bad boy. So now let's make a marinade. All right, we've got a bowl, right? Clean, you can tell it's clean. Why? Because it's got water in it. I just washed it, right? Okay, base soy sauce, okay? Rice wine vinegar, okay? I've just recently added this red pepper flake, that Mamafuko red pepper flake. I like it better than just regular red chili. This miso, this is what it's gonna put it over the top and give it that super savory flavor, ladies and gentlemen, that miso. I've got some of Stevie's habanero honey that's gonna add some sweetness, but also some delicious spiciness to it. And I like to use my spatula here because it allows me to get everything, all my ingredients out of the bowl, so we're not wasting any money. Another key to this is gonna be sesame oil. That's gonna add that nutty savoriness, right? Combo, ginger, garlic, minced or paste, it does not matter. Okay, it smells amazing already, right? We're gonna add, it's gotta have that Jody's Asian Persuasion. It's gotta have that. It's just got to, okay? Why? Because it's my video and it tastes good, right? And then we're gonna save this for later, but everything bagel seasonings, just keep that in the back of your mind, right? Okay. Whisk is a must. It's gotta be part of your chef role. You need a whisk, ladies and gentlemen. You can't just be out here with forks, okay? We wanna combine this deliciousness well. Now, after we combine this, okay, I want you to taste it with your finger. Yep, go wash your hands, taste it with a clean finger. Okay. Is that too salty for you? Now, if at this point in time, if it's too salty for you, you can add a little bit of water. But try it for the first time without adding any water, and I promise you, that saltiness will go away, and that savoriness, and a little bit of salt will be left behind, but I promise you. Okay, pour this into the bag, right? And Josh, we're gonna do some camera magic, right? I'm gonna drop this bag, and it's gonna magically be vac sealed.
Holy crap.
Now this goes in the refrigerator. Now we're magically back 6 hours later, right? These have been in the refrigerator. These have been in the cooler. These have been on ice. These have been in some type of refrigeration for at least 3 hours, 6 hours max. I dare you to go 12 and tag me in the video. But these are gonna go on the X-Fire Pro. We've got it on smoke mode, baby. That PID controller is talking to that grill right now, and it's holding it at 400 degrees, right? We're gonna cook these bad boys for about 30 to 45 minutes at 400 degrees. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn grill mode on. That's when we activate the flavorizers, baby. We're gonna move. We're gonna turn on grill mode, and I'm gonna turn that adaptive sear control all the way up to high, right? The adaptive sear control is gonna move those dampers out of the way of our fire pot and unlock hellish fire onto our ribs. Woo, look at these ribs, y'all. Look at that right there. Beautiful. Now, if you wanted to, at this point in time, Josh, come on over. Now, if you wanted to, okay, you can put these on a paper towel, okay, and dry them off. Now, chef tip, if you do that, ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna get a lot more delicious char on the outside, okay? These ribs, moisture is the enemy of crispy. I can't tell you how many times a day we say it to people on the telephone, emails, up here at the retail location for RecTech. Moisture is the enemy of crispy. We want these bad boys to be deliciously crispy, right? So I'm gonna put them on a paper towel. We're just gonna dab them dry, not going crazy. Why? Because I don't wanna squeeze all of that juice out of there. Now, at the beginning, I actually reserved some of this marinade, right? So we're actually gonna brush this onto our ribs after the fact. Again, just dabbing them dry. Just a little dab will do ya, right? I just don't want them to be soaking wet when we throw them on the X-Fire, okay? So we'll flip these bad boys over to expose that delicious meat, right? We're gonna hit them again with that Jody's Asian Persuasion. We're layering these flavors, remember, okay? Because we've already marinated these bad boys, so they're already gonna be delicious. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little bit more seasoning on top. Beautiful. Now, we're gonna put these bad boys bone side down to kind of protect us for the first part of our cook, okay? So come on over here to the X-Fire Pro. All right, these bad boys, you can hear that sizzle, and that 400 degrees. You guys can see that cast iron grates. That's new from RecTech. RecTech having those cast iron grates for this gas grill experience. Now the indirect side is gonna cook just like that bullseye, right? You're gonna get those flames coming up. You've got your deflector shield that's perforated right on top of that fire pot. No drip tray or anything in between that deflector and the meat. So you're getting that dripology, you're getting that flame kiss. Okay, so we're about 15 minutes in. You know, I've already gotten that char on this side. I've already moved this, I've already swapped sides. So we've gotten char at the bottom on both of these bad boys now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip them over and we're gonna get a little bit of char on that meat for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then we're gonna turn the adaptive sear control on. All right, so I've moved them all up to the warming shelf. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna activate the adaptive sear control. You guys can see it opens up the bowels of hell. Stay right there, Josh. I got some of that reserved leftover sauce. We're gonna toss our 1 hour party ribs We're just gonna call these party ribs because they took way less than an hour on the X-Fire Pro, baby. Because back when I had a gas grill, I had to create a recipe for ribs on the gas grill, right? So that's where the party ribs came about. This is how I used to cook ribs on my gas grill. Now that I got the X-Fire with the what is it called? Dual grill adaptation? Now that I've got the X-Fire with the dual mode cooking, it totally replaces my gas grill. There's no reason for me to even have a gas grill now. All right, so all we're gonna do is we're just gonna let these touch that flame. Get flame kissed with that sauce, right? Stay in there hot, Josh, coming in there. Then I'm gonna kiss them again, that Jody's Asian Persuasion. As you see that little bubbly, that deliciousness going on, going down. Then you want to keep moving them. You want to flippity flop them. You don't want them to burn. There's a little bit of sugars in there, right? You guys learned that. But I love this dual mode cooking. Dual zone cooking. What's it called? Yeah, dual mode cooking. I've been calling it that the whole time. Love this dual mode cooking. We're able to crank up that fire, get that flame kiss on there, son. Woo-wee! It's like bringing back them caveman urges. Cooking over fire, baby. Look at that. The best gas grill is now a pellet grill, people. All right, so when you're presenting at the house, always put the ugliest ones down first, right? Why? Because the pretty food can cover it up. A little bit of green onion, right? God, why does that not look good? Because you need some contrast in your life, people. You need a little bit of contrast, so that's where everything bagel seasoning comes. We get that sesame, it pulls out that sesame oil that we used earlier, right? Because this was all sesame-fied, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for going on this culinary journey with me. This was an experiment from the start. I really appreciate you allowing me to experiment with you. These turned out absolutely amazing. Again, using the dual mode cooking on the X-Fire really amplified these bad boys. And you can also do this with like chicken wings or chicken legs, different types of our barbecue sauces. So make sure that you go and check out recteq.com, recteq.com. Hit that red rectangle down at the bottom. Ring that bell, baby. That way you know when we post videos. And from everybody here at the RecTeq Worldwide Headquarters, my name is Jody Flanagan, the Barbecue Dad. Get out there and grab life by the horns.